30th. Alright, today's Sunday, October 30th, and we are going to mow the field with the bagger hooked up, and we're going to, this is going to be our potato patch for next year. You've heard me talk about it in previous videos, so we're just going to go through and sheet mulch this. So basically what we're going to do is take all these grass clippings, dump them out, get them 4 inches or so thick throughout this whole thing. That'll help kill all the weeds that ain't already dead from the tarps and plastic that I had down. And it'll also help feed the soil, because all the microorganisms and worms will come up and digest all that over the winter months. And it'll also help keep the soil from getting compacted over the winter, because when snow lands on dirt, it actually compresses the soil. And we're going to put potatoes in here, so we want the soil pretty loose next year. So when we plant, we'll just rake this back, plop our potatoes in, and we'll probably either cover it up with compost, or we'll take that sod pile that's been there for a year or so, and we'll cover up the potatoes with it. And then throughout the season, we'll mow the field once or so and cover up with it when we grow. But we'll show you that next year. But today we're just going to go through and cover this up. So that's what we're doing now. And it ain't rocket science. We don't gotta, if you get it good, great. If you get it whatever it ends up being, is whatever it ends up being. This year I didn't even make one full lap around there to get this till my bagger was filled up.
How wide is this row?
4 foot. These are 4 foot beds. There'll be 2 rows in each bed. And then the walkways are, I think, 30 to 36 inches. We're going to let that grow. Grass can grow in it if it wants to. We're going to use a push mower through there in the summer.
You left it wide enough for the push mower.
Yep,
so.
push mower will go right through. And once we get everything planted and whatnot, we'll take these stakes out. They're just in there to mark where the beds go. And then in 24, this 24 growing season, it's hard to tell what we'll put here, but it won't be potatoes.
Maybe corn or?
Yeah, maybe corn or garlic or something, who knows. But right now we'll mow. So I got 1 row complete. It's probably 3+ inches everywhere throughout this row. I don't know, you can definitely tell in the walkway on the camera where it's at, but then I started this row here, the second row. I need to get some string for it. It's kind of hard to judge it with nothing to go by, other than, of course, I got that walkway I can go by, but it's pretty hard when you're bent over thumping them out of the thing. But I've got the field mowed, a fair bit of it. Hopefully I have enough grass clippings to do all 3 rows. I'm sure I will have, but I'd like to do some of the walkways in the big garden as well with this. But if I get it, I get it. If I don't, I don't. It is what it is. Main thing is to get this potato patch ready for next year today. So that, and then I'm gonna do some other things, but this is the main thing. So these grass clippings, one nice thing about grass clippings, it's pretty windy today, and they tie together pretty well. Not like leaves. Leaves do all right if they're mowed and broken up, but leaves, full-size leaves like that, they'll blow away. These grass clippings pretty much stay where you put them. They don't blow around much, so that's always a plus. So I got these 2 rows here done. These 2 beds, rather, not necessarily rows. They're done. Right there, I don't know, I could probably have put my string down. This near turned out way better with the string. I did use a string on it. And then I got my strings I pulled back up on this bottom one. Right now I'm to the point where I can't quite get them 2 bags full on one round of mowing. So I'm gonna probably try for 2, but 2's gonna be too many. So we'll go out where we get until they're filled up. So I was hoping to have enough grass clippings left that I could put them in the walkways in the big garden right there, but it's not quite going to happen. So anyhow, we'll get what we get, be thankful that we got what we got. So Didn't quite get 2 full runs before it was full, as you saw. I'm trying to open it up. I probably could have finished the second full round out, but I didn't. It's not quite full. The pipe's not stuffed full. A lot of times that pipe will feel clear full whenever that's full, and you can see it start blowing out from around the deck, and that's what it was doing, was blowing out around the deck. That's why I shut the mower itself off and came back up here. But I probably could have finished that run, but it'll be all right. It'll be there next time. Well, there it is. Last row finished. All 3 rows were done. I didn't have quite enough grass in the field. I had to actually mow down that side over there, and down around the bottom. One more pass around to get enough to finish filling that other end in. But so I didn't have any for the big garden in the walkways. I wished I would have had, but I didn't. So I don't know. I can gather up leaves and whatnot and fill them in. Though it's not that big a deal. I'd like to have got it done with this today, but it took a good little bit to mow, and every time you filled them 2 bags up, take them out and dump them. Get one pass done, you take it out and dump them. Till you got towards the end, then you could go a little further than that. But it took a little bit longer than I wished it would have. I'm not sure how long it did take, but it took a little while. So I'm going to I believe that's going to wrap this video here up. So I just wanted to show you how we're getting our potatoes ready. So like I said earlier, I'll show you in the spring when we go to plant them as far as that goes. But there'll be 2 rows in here. So there'll be 2 rows. We'll go to the center and we'll go out I think 18 inches from the center out each way. And we'll put a row in. We'll plant potatoes every, I think it's 8 or 10 inches, and then the rows will be 3 foot apart, and then it'll be 6 inches in from either end is where they'll be. And I don't know how many potatoes we'll get in there. I'll have to figure all that out, but I'll show you that when we do it. But we'll pull the grass clippings back. What little bits left, most of those will be eat up this winter. The worms and all that stuff will come up to the surface, and they'll eat them once it rains and the snow cap comes on. So then in the spring when we do that, then we'll either put compost, probably use compost. I got a fair bit from earlier this year, and then the chickens are making a lot of compost so far for us. So I should be able to use compost in here. If not, I can use topsoil out of that pile over there that I've scooped off where the raspberries are going to end up going here in another week or 2. Either way, I'll cover the potato itself up with soil. And then like June or something, when they start coming up and they need healed, I'll just go through and mow this field again, like I did today, and do this to it. So then last year when I did that in that other potato bed, they actually grew really good in there like that. So we'll do that again in this bed. So it's going to wrap it up, and I will talk at y'all later. So until we meet again, take care and God bless.